All right, team, let's talk about some other training strategies, tactics, and tips. This week's theme is training, so let's talk about that. Whether you're working on a skill or building strength, okay, you have to progressively overload your body, your ability, your mind, so you can cause adaptation and improve. Everybody knows I love strength, so let's talk about gymnastics, handstand work, okay? Progressive overload. You have to continue to give yourself a little bit more work, a little bit more weight, a little bit more reps until you have some level of expertise at it. I'll look at people and they'll say, hey, I kicked up onto the wall and I did it right. I said, great, you did it right. The real expert goes until they can't get it wrong. Getting it right once or twice is great. That's the next step. Getting it right 10 times in a row, 98 out of 100 times in a row. Keep going until you can't get it wrong. I've had a number of people come in this week because at the end of the month, we're having a powerlifting meet and we're talking about how should they ladder up, how should they max out their 3 reps. And I talk about their opening weight because if you miss it, you had tremendous pressure to yourself throughout the rest of the meet. And I say, hey, this number, this percentage, typically anywhere from 82 to maybe 90%, but right around 84, 85, 86% is a number I usually suggest for people with their openers. And they're like, well, I could do more than that. I said, sure. But I want you to be able to hit this number after a bad night's sleep, a fight with your spouse, and you have 101-degree fever. You can still come in, dial in, focus, and hit it. Takes all the pressure off. You're in the meet, you're doing well. You won't get it wrong. Now you have 2 more chances to build without the excess pressure. You keep going with a progression until you can't get it wrong. Next, about 1/3 of your success will be coming up with the plan to do so. So with handstand work, let's talk about a few basic steps. Can you walk your body up in a wall walk? Can you walk yourself up backwards? Great. Can you hold yourself there? For how long? Can you kick up next to a wall? All right, how long can you do that? Well, if you have to do a handstand walk that takes 30 seconds, you shouldn't be working on the walks until you can hold yourself in a freestanding handstand for 30 seconds. If you can't hold yourself, it's gonna be much harder while you're moving. Progress that over and over again. Can you do some shoulder taps? Can you pull yourself away from the wall and do 1 step and then stop right before the wall and hold yourself? You keep doing it over and over again. You have these steps written out and you keep practicing them until you can't get it wrong. Then you move on to the next step, and not until then. It's addition and subtraction in 1st grade. It's not multiplication in division. And it's not 2 digits, right? You have to progress systematically. Don't bother. Here's what people do. I'm guilty of this. Their ego gets in the way. Hey, I want to progress faster. I want to progress faster. And that's great. And that's the right mindset. Progressing faster, can you hit 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 15 out of 15? That's the progress you want. Be aggressive and check your ego on moving up through the progressions until you are master of where you need to be. Without that discipline, you won't have the freedom to progress. You'll have to go back at some point and fix the steps that you skipped. Process is always going to be king, right? So if I'm talking to somebody about improving some handstand work, I would say, hey, let's do some body weight stuff, let's do some dumbbell stuff, and let's do some holds. So on day 1 of the week, body weight, I would say maybe we'll do 5 sets of 5 wall walks. I'm gonna say for building some more strength, I like dumbbells better than barbells because dumbbells have increased instability where the barbell you can cheat. So maybe, I don't know, 4 sets of 12 dumbbell overhead press. And then hold. Let's put the dumbbells back in there, add some more weight, maybe do a push press and hold it. Can you hold it for 30 seconds? If I weigh 250, I want to be upside down moving 250. I got to be able to hold 250 over my head. All right, so let's do, 8 20-second holds. All right, let's say day 2, what we're gonna do body weight stuff, we'll do some kick-ups. We'll do 10 rounds of kick-ups. Dumbbell work, we'll change that out to bamboo bar because there's more instability there. Same rep scheme, holds. We're gonna do holds. We'll go maybe 8 rounds, 30 seconds. How's this work? Take some notes. It's just a template now, right? This is where it can get you better. Take your notes. How do you progress? Oh man, this part's super easy. Progress the bodyweight part. Dumbbell part, not so easy. You can't progress as quickly there, right? The hold is giving me real fits. You gotta stay there a little bit longer. So the next week you progress this and you repeat these until this gets better. Do this 6 weeks. Keep evolving. Process is king. Then you move on to the next step in the progression, all right? You need to have a plan. That's about 1/3 of your success. The other 2/3 is accountability. All right, we'll talk about something else next. See ya.